thing that I remember most of the 8 weeks of radiation that I went through was that, boy oh boy, I had to pee a lot through the day. So I learned where all the washrooms were in, in all the stores or malls that I would go to. And the other thing was I must say, I found that as I got towards the late stages of my radiation treatment, when I say that, I had 8 weeks of 39 treatments, 5 a week for almost the full 8 weeks. I would say by weeks 7 and 8, I was feeling kind of run down, just tired. And how did I deal with that? I just went with it, you know. I would lay down and have a nap when I was tired. And, but other than that, you know, I really, I didn't have very many side effects from the radiation at all.
So today's side effects may not be as bad as what I've gone through. But there is always room for error, and you need to be prepared for it.
With radiation, I've had some issue with radiation in my bowel, and with, I was just in actually to see the urologist because there's, they call it a, remember the name in a second, but a narrowing of the urethra, and I've had some issues with the bladder. But nothing major, but I get occasional bladder infections, and that's apparently a side effect of radiation. I wasn't aware of it before I went in for it, but I have it, and I'm dealing with it.
The side effects of the treatment were pretty minimal. Apart from the post-surgery, I had a radical prostatectomy, so you know there was the initial couple of days in the hospital and then another 6 weeks of basically very little physical activity. Once that 6-week point had passed and I had spoken to the surgeon again, or he had examined me, he said, get back to doing what you were doing. So I did. I reinstated my membership at the local fitness institute and got back to working out and to training for a marathon. Or for a half, at that point, for a half marathon.
I'd heard from 2 or 3 people that had gone through a similar treatment as myself, what it was like and how long it took for them. And through the prostate cancer support group, I recognized that there was a wide range of potential time it would take to get for the incontinence to go, and in some cases it never goes.
I was aware to a degree that there could be, and that's clear here, could be side effects such as incontinence, and that generally speaking that would go away after a while. And unfortunately for me, it's going on 11 years now, and my side effects are actually worse today than they were after the surgery. So the incontinence has not gone away, and I've been left permanently in overnight dependent diapers and overflowing and unable to work. So nobody can really say what the side effects are going to be after the surgery because each surgery is different.
I think I was fairly blessed with the side effects, that I didn't have many side effects with the treatment. My incontinence took about 3.5 months to get rid of, and I could feel myself going through improvement every 3 or 4 weeks. And it was I guess I was quite pleasantly surprised when I was able to walk the golf course, play 18 holes of golf without having to wear a pad. And that was about 4.5 months after treatment.
Incontinence was handled through doing my Kegels and doing exercises for the sphincter muscles that I did have remaining. And I luckily didn't have any incontinence after about 2.5 months. It was fine. If I yawned, sometimes if I laughed too loud, sometimes something would happen. I could feel a little leakage, but after a while I learned to control that, and that subsided.
I did have incontinence, and I had it quite badly actually immediately after the surgery. It took about 3.5 to 4 months to clear up, but I did the Kegel exercises for that. And I was also very rigid in maintaining records of what I drank, when I drank it, how much I drank. So I kind of monitored what juices, for example, made me have generated more urine and less, and so on and so forth. And
I learned about Kegels and Kegel exercises, and I started doing those, and I did them right up until the day I was operated on. So that basically virtually eliminated the incontinence issue.
The Kegel exercises will not work for me in my case because of the scar tissue. I could do Kegel exercises till I was blue in the face, and the muscle is never going to be strong enough to move the scar tissue that is formed.
he sent me to a pelvic physiotherapist, and going through the Kegel exercise with her, and so on, I figured out really and truly how it should be done. And almost immediately I started noticing a change, so I knew it was going to get better. And she also did tell me it would take anything up to 6 months.
I guess one of the worst things was when I went into bladder retention, which means that I just can't go because things have closed up and gone into spasm. And I went through over a year of catheters in and catheters out until finally they decided that I should learn how to self-catheterize. And that was quite an experience. And I guess one of the big things I can say about that is, if you are in that situation, make sure you have all the information you can, not just about how to catheterize, but the quality of catheters and so on that you're going to use, because they really make a huge difference in your comfort level.
Having to use a catheter, that was the most uncomfortable thing out. And to be honest with you, throughout the entire process, that is the one thing that remains in my mind, how uncomfortable it was.
What I experienced in side effects was actually more from hormone treatment. I had to have hormone treatment initially to shrink the size of the prostate, because of course the brachytherapy was to follow. But for the side effects with hormone treatment, that was really quite something I would not want really any man to go through, because what it is virtually going through menopause, the same as what women do experience. So there is the hot flashes, the mood swings, fatigue, just an all-round sense of like sort of being unwell, and somewhat not really like being who I am right now. My body isn't the way it's supposed to be. It doesn't feel right.
All I can say about hormones is I'm glad I'm not on them anymore, but it wasn't the end of the world. I thought it was going to be the end of the world. I almost didn't go on them. I almost said no. And there's where my wife came in again, and friends who said, look, this is what they're recommending. This is temporary. Just do it. And I did it, and I'm very glad I did.
I wasn't prepared for the side effects. I was told about the side effects, but that's a little different being told than the actual experience. And so therefore, when they started happening, it was like, first of all, what is this? Oh, that's what a hot flash is. Is this what this is? So where I'm totally drenched almost on the upper part of my body, and I'm sweating, and I really feel very weak, and I need to sit down. So I guess this is what a hot flash is all about. But I was not prepared for that, because even though, yes, I was told, but that really didn't figure into what this was really all about. So that was part of it. Another one was the fact that there was also the change of mood swings. Like, why am I feeling angry right now when there's no sense of feeling angry, but yet here I am, I'm angry. So I wasn't prepared for that either. So, and the way I dealt with it is like, I thought, okay, I guess this is it, bring it on.